Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with another video. Today is a very hot day, so I'm sitting here with the curtains closed and the light on. So without further ado, let's do some Blu-ray, DVD and video game shopping, and let's try not to get too hot, shall we? So let's hit the road and let's see what we can find. And we've finally arrived at Kingsland on this very hot day. What we see here is the Tuesday marketplace. This is always sees a big market on a Tuesday, hence the title. But we also have, to our right, we have the Duke's Head Hotel, and to our left we have the Corn Exchange. Under this car park is actually an air raid shelter that they used for the war, and during the summertime, before COVID, people could go down there and explore. Also on the Tuesday marketplace in the summer, there's always a music festival called Festival 2 with many different acts, but the show hasn't been running for the past 2 years due to obvious reasons. That's the history done out the way, let's get on with the shopping. First up is Poundland, and as you can guess, it's the same old stuff, nothing new this week, yet again. Next stop, One Below, and unfortunately nothing really new here. It's the same old stuff. There might be one or two new DVDs here, but nothing here that really takes my fancy. Correction, there is some new stuff, but more on that when I get home. After all this walking around and shopping, it's time for a nice cool drink at Costa. Instead of a latte today, it's a nice strawberry and cream creamy cooler with a nice muffin. Absolutely delicious. Next up is Morrisons, and unfortunately there's nothing really new here. It's the same old stuff. No new Mortal Kombat on Blu-ray, only on DVD. It's mostly all the same stuff that was here last week, but with a few Disney discounts. There is actually a special little standout to the side of the Blu-rays that says that a few Disney stuff's on offer, but it's mostly just DVDs. Next up is Poundland, and as you can guess, it's the same old stuff, nothing new here, week in, week out, though the boxes up the top are pretty much all gone now, so hopefully a new delivery is imminent. Well, we hope. Next up is Sainsburys, and we haven't been in this Sainsburys for quite a while, and I noticed there's a few cheap DVD tin, nothing really that fancy. On to the video games now, and again, nothing new here. Sainsburys don't do video games much now, it's just the same old releases they've had for the past 6 months. Onto the Blu-ray section now, and most of it is the same old stuff. We do have the new releases of Mortal Kombat and Raya and the Last Dragon, but nothing really much new here, and there hasn't been really no heavy discounts. Most of the films are still the same price as they were the last time I visited this store a few months ago. We still have a few of those £3 Blu-rays, but nothing else, really much else that's on offer. That being said, if you see a title here you want to pick up as quickly as possible, as Sainsburys has announced that they are ditching physical media and just keeping books. A quick look at the DVDs here, the chart DVDs and the Disney ones. Nothing really new here, though I did notice at the bottom here there's a few DVDs on offer for about £2. Some of them are quite new, like Glass, and that isn't too bad for the price. Onto the cheaper DVDs now and the TV stuff, and unfortunately there's nothing really new here. It's the same old stock that's been in here day in, day out. Nothing really on offer either, unfortunately. I kind of thought as Sainsburys was moving away from physical media they might do a big blowout sale, but it doesn't look like it. There's a few more cheap DVDs behind me, nothing really much here, but I did notice this huge war set which contains about 8 films, only a £5, absolute bargain, and some pretty decent ones there. Last stop of the day is Tesco, and the first thing I'm seeing is the Switch with Skyward Sword HD for only £299 with your club card, which isn't too bad, but then in a couple of months time we do have the Switch OLED coming out. A quick look at all the Blu-rays and DVDs on offer in Tesco. Nothing really much new this week unfortunately, and no real good offers, but here's a look nevertheless. And here's a quick look at the video games on offer. Here's all the Switch stuff, and there's nothing really new here across the video game board bar Skyward Sword HD, and I think it's only £39. Here's a quick look at the Xbox and the PlayStation stuff. Nothing really new here, but if there's anything that takes your fancy, tell me in the comments section down below. That's enough shopping for today. It's way too hot, so let's bugger off home. And we're back, people, and it's been a very hot, and it hasn't been very enjoyable for me with someone with hay fever. I've been sneezing and my eyes have been really sore, but we're home now and it's still hot. So we've had a pretty good day. We've been to several different shops, we've been to Tesco, we've even had a look in a different Sainsburys today, and we've looked in a few Poundlands. As for the pickups and deliveries this week, let's get into it. First up, we have the big release, well, the big game release of the week, and that is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Already reviewed it for the channel, already done an unboxing. Fantastic game. If you want to watch it, it's in my channel. I'll probably leave a link in the description. As for Blu-rays, wow, I did actually pop in the one below and there was nothing really that new on the shelves. But I noticed there was like a load of boxes chucked on like a tray in the middle of the shop. And I had a little peek and there was some Blu-rays. Most of them were the same old, but there was actually two different ones. First up is a fairly recent film, and that is Early Man. This is from Aardman Animation, from like Wallace and Gromit, Shaun the Sheep, and Pirates and Adventure in Science or something. Anyway, this is one of their latest ones. I think this one came out just before Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. Basically it's about some cavemen doing a football match, I think. It looks quite good. I'm not really into football, but I do like the Aardman animation, and for £1, this is a steal. It's got a great cast as well. It's got Eddie Redmayne and Tom Hiddleston in, Timothy Spaulding as well. So yeah, it's got a good British cast in it. Looking forward to giving this one a go when it gets a little bit cooler. But yeah, not bad for £1. This one has actually been doing the rounds in Poundland, though I haven't actually seen it in Poundland. And it's Fantastic Four, or Fantastic Four Stick, Fan Four Stick, that's it. Yeah, this one released in 2015 to widespread critical dismay. It was an absolute pile of crap. Haven't seen it yet, but a lot of people who I've known seen it and they didn't like it. But I'm willing to give it a go for £1. It's worth a go, and has completed my Fantastic Four collection. I actually don't mind the other two Fantastic Four films. I think they're really good and they've aged quite well. This one actually has a pretty decent cast. It's got Miles Teller in it, Michael B. Jordan, and I think it's got Jamie Bell in it. But apparently this was really cut by 20th Century Fox, and it's apparently rubbish. Yeah. It's only 99 minutes. I'm not expecting much, but for £1, I'll give it a go. And we did pop in a H&B, and as we all know, the Arrow sale is still on. So what did I do? I bought some more. I didn't get any footage because it's way too hot in that store, and honestly, I just wanted to get home. But first up, we have The Long Good Friday with Bob Hoskins. From what I gathered, this is a British gangster film that came out in the early 80s. It also stars Helen Mirren, and I've heard some really positive things about it. It also stars a pre-Bond Piers Bronson. So yeah, very looking forward to giving it a go. I've heard some really positive things about it, so yeah. Next up, we have the Boondock Saints. Don't really know a lot about this, but I think it's like some sort of action film. It stars Norman Reedus, William Dafoe, and it's even got Billy Connolly in. From what I gather, these guys basically go around killing all the gangsters, and this cop's trying to piece together what happened and ultimately try and find them. This was apparently released in the early 2000s, but due to a shooting in America, it got a very small release. But it got a VHS rental release and did really well, and it's gained cult status. A lot of reviewers absolutely hated it at the time, but the public reception seemed to be quite positive. For $7.99, I thought I'd give it a go. And the final one is a Terry Gilliam film, one I've been after for quite a while, and that's Time Bandits. I don't really know much about it. I've seen the trailer a couple of times and it looks like a lot of fun. It seems like this young kid with some dwarves go through different time periods, and it looks like a blast. It's got that sort of Monty Python-esque humour, and the artwork here is absolutely stunning. It's got a great cast in it. It's got Sean Connery, he's in it as well. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a great time. It isn't too long, and yeah, I can't wait to watch it. And that's all the pickups and posts for this week. I do have a few things coming in the post for the up and coming week, but that'll be seen in my video next week. Hopefully it won't be too hot. I'm sorry if I've been fluffing my lines, but honestly it's really uncomfortable. So I'm going to end this video now and get a nice cool drink. So as always, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think of my pickups and posts in the comments section down below. got any more Arrow recommendations, as the sale is still currently on. And as always, thank you for watching, and as always, till next time, bye.